With this script, you can create deliveries and contracts. Players will need to gain experience to unlock subsequent jobs. In each location, you can assign the experience ID to share experience across different locations, specify the jobs required to open the menu, list the items necessary for each job to start, the experience required for each job, and establish the maximum experience level. To regulate the jobs performed, you can determine in each job the number of times a player can repeat it and the overall limit for all players. This script is designed for extensive configuration, allowing for the creation of new jobs, adjustment of difficulty, and configuration of PEDs to tailor the experience to the players. When a job is started, it is chosen randomly from the list assigned to the corresponding location. The script will verify the absence of carts or PEDs at the designated spawn location in delivery jobs. When delivering corn, players must proceed to the designated pickup location with a cart, load bags of corn onto the cart, and then return the cart to its initial location. You will be able to choose the number of bags of corn to load at each corn delivery location. In supply delivery, players must transport the cart to the designated delivery location, collect the supplies from the cart, deliver them to the customer, and return the cart to the starting location. At each supply location, customization options include selecting the PED model and animation, as well as specifying the quantity of supplies to be delivered. You can choose what type of supplies to deliver to each location: furnitures, oranges, apples, and creates. In the liquor delivery, players are tasked with transporting a cart to the delivery point without sustaining critical health loss. Along the route to the destination, bandits on horses will spawn to attack the player. At each liquor delivery location, you can choose the model and number of enemies, the model and animation of the delivery pad, and the initial health of the cart. When delivering explosives, players are tasked with transporting a cart to the delivery point before time runs out and without it being damaged, otherwise it will explode. As you approach the delivery pad, enemies on horseback will spawn. At each explosive delivery location, you can change the model and animation of the delivery pad, the number of enemies, the spawn distance, and the total health of the cart. In the escort contract, the player is tasked with safely escorting the customer to the delivery point, and bandits on horses appear along the way and try to kill the customer. At each escort contract location, you can set the client's PED model, delivery PED model and animation, the number of enemies, and the time at which they spawn. In the kidnapping contract, players are tasked with rescuing a kidnapped person. Initially, they must eliminate the bandits guarding the victim, search for the kidnapped person in the zone, and transport the kidnapped person back to the initial location. At each location within the kidnapping contract, you can change the model, animation, and position of the kidnapped ped, adjust the blip's radius, and specify the number of enemies. In the prisoner contract, players are tasked with rescuing a prisoner who is locked in a cart and guarded by enemies on horseback. Players must eliminate the guards, break the lock on the cart, and deliver the prisoner to the initial location. At each location within the prisoner contract, you can change model of the prisoner's ped and adjust the number of enemies on horseback. In the train robbery contract, the player is tasked with boarding a train with enemies, locating the car containing the money bag, collecting it, and delivering it to the initial location. As the player approaches the car carrying the money sack, enemies on horseback will appear to attack. The train car containing the bag of money will be random each time the contract is initiated, depending on the train model at each location within the train robbery contract. You can change the number of enemies per car, the spawn distance and number of enemies on horseback. And you can choose one of several train models. Passenger train. Trade train. Military train.